It wasn't that long ago the skies in some of our biggest cities were full of cranes building an endless array of high-rise apartment blocks. But as Australia posts yet another record month of unit construction slowdown, there's no denying the housing boom is on the slide. And that's forcing property developers to reassess their projects. Here's Rachel Pupazzoni.
These are the twin towers of Aura. It's one of the 4 phases of the master planned community named The Retreat, being built in Sydney's Olympic Park. The ambitious 1,000-plus apartment project is one of property mogul Harry Triguboff's latest developments under his Meriton brand. It's a brand that's left a 75,000 apartment-sized footprint throughout Sydney, Brisbane and the Gold Coast during Meriton's 50-year history. But after years of rapid growth, the apartment construction market is heading south. There's a trend that we're seeing, that there's been a slowdown in apartment construction. Is Meriton experiencing that?
I'm experiencing more than anyone. I build the most.
At the peak of the apartment construction boom 2 years ago, 70,000 high-density apartments were built around Australia in a 12-month period. But a leading economic forecaster says those days are over.
In the last financial year, we estimate that it was probably closer to about 50 to 60,000. And in 2 years' time, we think it'll probably fall to 30,000.
Even one of Australia's biggest residential developers isn't immune to the changes.
So what I do, I sell some of my old blocks, so then I give more variety for the purchaser. And I also will be leasing more. Now, when the market will improve, then I will take some of these units from leasing and sell them.
While no Meriton projects have been cancelled, there's a clear halt to operations.
We are not buying land at the moment. We bought the last land about 2-3 months ago, but we'll be back soon.
Yeah, so what we've seen, and CBRE obviously acknowledged it.
Global real estate firm CBRE is selling apartments off the plan for 300 developments around Australia. It says the problem is widespread.
Yeah, there's been a lot of adjustments. Developers are stalling projects, their next stages aren't coming on, and smart developers, or seasoned developers, are really looking at their offering and what purchasers want.
Developers need to secure a significant number of pre-sales to fund their projects, and tighter lending conditions for investors, like bigger deposit requirements, mean they're struggling to lock in those contracts.
Developers, due to the banking regulations, rely on pre-sales to be able to finance their projects. And being the largest company of pre-selling apartments, we're finding unless you have exceptional attributes, it is very difficult to get those pre-sales of hundreds of apartments that are required to get the developments.
While economic forecasters tip a halving in construction by 2020, the hard numbers are already proving the slowdown. The Australian Industry Group's July Performance of Construction Index was the slowest month for new orders in more than 2 years. And it was also the sharpest monthly decline for apartment construction work in 5 years. Property advisory firm Charter Keck Kramer agrees we're in the midst of a significant pullback.
We're certainly across the major capital cities seeing, in terms of completions, a potential slowdown beyond 2018, 2019. It's difficult to forecast too far beyond that.
But those in the industry say there is a silver lining. Our population continues to grow, reaching 25 million this month, which means demand for apartments like these isn't going away.
There'll be a need to build housing. We estimate over the next 5 years we're going to be needing to build about 196,000 dwellings per annum just to keep up with population growth.
But for buyers, now's the time to grab a bargain. Harry Triguboff will even pick up your stamp duty bill.
Because the market's weak. But I won't do it forever, I promise you. That'll be the first thing I'll pull out.